Today's lesson is Jumping Through History with Mario. Hi, everybody. I'm Roger.
And I'm Helen.
And today we are going to continue talking about Mario, the beloved game character from Nintendo. And, of course, he's been around for many, many years. And last time we talked about his origin. His appearance was kind of the result of circumstance, right?
Right. The way he looks, his clothing, his mustache are all a result of the technological limitations of the time of the 1980s. Computers weren't as advanced and graphics weren't as advanced. So the creator of Mario had to make do with what was available. But it wasn't actually something bad. It wasn't a limitation because what they created became extremely popular. And even today, with technology being more advanced, there is still no one saying, well, Mario should be more detailed, or let's shave his mustache off so we can see what his mouth looks like.
Yeah, or make him grow a goatee or something. No one's saying that. We love him just the way he is. And because he got popular, he needed to have some friends. So today we're going to find out that there have been other characters introduced to the Mario franchise and more about Mario's history. So let's dive into it. Let's listen to the first part right now.
Alongside his loyal brother Luigi, Mario has now protected the Mushroom Kingdom for more than 35 years, starring in over 100 games and making appearances in many more. Additionally, he has had his own comic books, TV shows, films, toys, and even a breakfast cereal. His accomplishments have netted him numerous Guinness World Records, including one for most prolific video game character, which shows just how far he's come since his days of jumping over barrels hurled by an angry ape.
各位好，第一部分我们看到单字 prolific， 这个字是形容词，指多产的或是作品丰富的。例如 The prolific artist completed numerous masterpieces during his lifetime. 那位多产的艺术家在一生中完成了无数杰作。或是 Mandy was a prolific science fiction writer. Mandy 是一位创作丰富的科幻小说作家。再来，我们看到动词 hurl， 指用力直或是猛投。例如 The workers hurled bags of garbage into the back of the truck. 工人们将一袋袋垃圾丢进卡车后方。或是 The erupting volcano hurled rocks and lava into the air. 那座喷发中的火山将石块和熔岩喷抛至空中。
Now, it says here in the first part, alongside his loyal brother Luigi, Mario has now protected the Mushroom Kingdom for more than 35 years, starring in over 100 games and making appearances in many more. So, Mario has appeared in many games. He has had a long career, not just that one game that he appeared in arcade games back in the 80s, but he has appeared in many other games over the decades, over the years. And he wasn't alone because he was often accompanied by his brother Luigi. Now, his brother is described here as being a loyal brother. Someone who is loyal is supportive and helpful even in difficult times. And Mario has had many difficult times in these games, many obstacles that he had to get over. And his brother has always been on his side, helping him, supporting him.
Yep, his brother Luigi would never desert him. He was always there by his side. He was very loyal. We often describe dogs as being loyal, and that's one quality that we like about dogs, their loyalty. So that's why a lot of people like to have dogs as pets. And indeed, alongside his brother Luigi, Mario has now protected the Mushroom Kingdom for more than 35 years. So that's kind of his area of influence there, the Mushroom Kingdom. That's where he does all his stuff. And he's been in that Mushroom Kingdom for more than 35 years, and he's been in over 100 games, and he's made appearances in other games. I'm only familiar with a few of them, of course, Donkey Kong, but then the Mario Brothers, and then my daughter used to be playing Mario Sunshine on the Nintendo GameCube back in the day.
Yes, and aside from appearing in video games, he has also had his own comic books, TV shows, films, toys, and even a breakfast cereal. So you can be having breakfast with Mario breakfast cereal. So he's really gotten around and appeared in many different contexts. His accomplishments have netted him numerous Guinness World Records, including one for most prolific video game character, which shows just how far he's come since his days of jumping over barrels hurled by an angry ape.
Okay, so in this sentence, we've got the word prolific, which means you produce a lot of stuff, okay? I think they said that Picasso was a prolific artist. He produced hundreds, if not thousands, of works of art. There is a rock guitarist called Buckethead who is quite prolific. He's produced hundreds of albums, and in this particular case, Mario has appeared in many, many games, so he's the most prolific video game character. And that just shows how far he's come since his days of jumping over barrels hurled by an angry ape, which I believe is now called Donkey Kong. And if you hurl something, that means you throw something at someone or something at something else, but it's usually something very big and heavy.
Yes, when you hurl something, you throw something, but you use force. So if you can think of the video game, Donkey Kong used to throw barrels at Mario, so you can't just throw a barrel, you need to hurl it because it's very big and heavy.
Indeed, so that's one of the characters there. One thing I like about Mario is the theme music. You probably would recognize it if you heard it. I think it goes something like that. So yes, they've done a really good job in producing an iconic character with some great music as well. Okay, let's continue to talk about Mario in the next part of our lesson. We'll listen first.
Mario has always been at the cutting edge of industry developments, so it makes sense for him to be the first video game character to get his own area in a theme park. In March 2021, Universal Studios Japan unveiled Super Nintendo World, where guests can take on the role of Mario, punching blocks, collecting coins, and finding power-ups. The park also features the world's first official Mario Kart ride, an augmented reality experience sure to excite fans of the decades-old racing series.
第二部分我们看到单字 unveil， 这个字是动词，指为点点点揭幕或是推出公布。举例来说， The artist unveiled his latest works at the gallery opening. 那名艺术家在艺廊开幕式上展示他的最新作品。或是 The couple unveiled their elaborate wedding plans at a family gathering. 那对情侣在家族聚会上公布他们精心规划的婚礼。另外，这个字的字尾加上 ing 就会成为名词 unveiling， 意思是揭幕式，像是 My grandfather still talks about having gone to the grand unveiling of this memorial. 我的祖父到现在还会提到他参加过这座纪念碑的盛大揭幕式。
So Mario has done a lot. He has appeared in video games, TV shows, and is also the theme of a breakfast cereal. But that's not all. Mario has always been at the cutting edge of industry developments, so it makes sense for him to be the first video game character to get his own area in a theme park. So that's a pretty big accomplishment, and I didn't realize that he was the first video game character to achieve that. Now, a theme park is an amusement park that is based on a particular theme, a particular subject. So I know that in Japan, there are many theme parks. There are Hello Kitty theme parks and theme parks based on other characters like Pokemon. But the most famous theme park that probably everyone knows about is Disneyland. That is the most famous theme park.
Yeah, and there's a theme park in the Mall of America that my wife and daughter like to go to every time we go back to visit my folks. And here in Taiwan, of course, there's a theme park called Liufutun, and I think that's built around the theme of a Middle Eastern castle with genies and stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool place as well. So yes, Mario has his own theme park, or at least an area in the theme park that is dedicated to him.
Yes, in March 2021, Universal Studios Japan unveiled Super Nintendo World, where guests can take on the role of Mario, punching blocks, collecting coins, and finding power-ups. That sounds like a lot of fun. So that happened just this year in March when Universal Studios Japan unveiled Super Nintendo World. And to unveil means to announce something that was previously kept secret, kept under the cover. They had been planning this for a long time. And finally, in March 2021, they made it public. They announced, they unveiled this new area of Universal Studios Japan.
Yeah, like me, I'm waiting with great anticipation for Nissan to unveil their new models. But in any case, here, yes, Universal Studios Japan unveiled Super Nintendo World. They showed it to the world for the first time. And if you go there, you can be Mario. You can take on the role of Mario. You can punch blocks. I guess that's what he does in the video games. You also collect coins. I guess there are coins all over those video games that you can collect. And you find those little power-ups, which are often in the shape of a little mushroom. If you touch one of those, you get some extra power. And the park also features the world's first official Mario Kart ride, an augmented reality experience sure to excite fans of the decades-old racing series. Yes, I've heard of that, Mario Kart. I refused to play these games. They are cute, they look fun, but I just don't want to get addicted to video games. I've already got enough stuff that I need to do.
I agree, but it's still really incredible when you think that Mario was invented in 1981. He first appeared in 1981. And then 40 years later, he is appearing in augmented reality games. So it just shows you how far technology has come. Before, it was limited and people had to work with a small amount of pixels. And now he's appearing in augmented reality games. It's amazing.
Yep, and we've got augmented reality here, which is a new way to play video games. I believe that Pokemon Go, or whatever that was so popular in Taiwan a couple of years ago, is an example of augmented reality. So yeah, check this out. You can check out that Mario Kart ride, and next time you go to Japan, check out Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan. Okay, that brings us to the end of the second part of our lesson for today. Let's continue to talk about Mario in the third and final part.
Though the current trend for video games is to utilize more and more realistic graphics, there's still something about this cartoon plumber that captures people's imaginations. No matter what high-tech advancements come next in the industry, Mario is likely to be leaping right along with them for the foreseeable future.
第三部分，我们看到动词 utilize 指利用或是运用，例如The teacher utilized puppets to explain complex problems to her students. 老师利用玩偶来向学生解释复杂的问题。或是 Steve utilized his first aid training to help victims of the storm. Steve 运用他的急救训练来协助暴风雨的伤患。接着我们看到片语 capture or catch somebody's imagination, 表示引起点点点的注意或兴趣。举例来说 The short story captured the children's imaginations. 这则短篇故事引起了孩子们的兴趣。或是 The idea of a space hotel has caught the public's imagination. 太空旅馆的构想让大众非常兴奋。另外，补充一个同义片语 catch or get or draw somebody's attention, 表示吸引某人的注意。我们可以说 The talent of the young player caught the piano teacher's attention. 那位年轻演奏家的才华吸引了那位钢琴老师的注意。或是Matt drew the attention of his peers when he drove his new fancy car to school. Matt 开他那台昂贵的新车去学校，吸引了同侪的注意。最后，我们看到单字 foreseeable， 这个字是形容词， 意思是可预见的，像是 for or in the foreseeable future 就表示可预见的未来。例如 Beverly is going to be in Japan for the foreseeable future. Beverly 近期内都会住在日本。或是 We don't have any plans to expand in the foreseeable future. 在可预见的未来里，我们没有任何扩展的计划。
So we're going to wrap up our talk about Mario. We talked about his origin, how he was created, and all of the different contexts that he has appeared in, amusement parks, video games, comic books, and so on. So what is the future of Mario, and how are people reacting to Mario still? Well, it says here, though the current trend for video games is to utilize more and more realistic graphics, there's still something about this cartoon plumber that captures people's imaginations. So even though the trend in video games is to make things more realistic, so to be more realistic means to appear more like real life, to be more lifelike. And this is done through graphics, which is the pictures that are produced by a computer. So with better technology, the graphics, the images that are created by computers can become more realistic. So even though we have this possibility now to make graphics more realistic, there is still something about the simple Mario with his mustache and his overalls that's very appealing to people. He captures people's imaginations.
Yep, it's more iconic. It's just kind of simple there. It's not like some of those games where you're playing a hero during the Han Dynasty or something like that with all sorts of details in your costume and your weapons and your enemies and stuff like that. That stuff is great. It's quite visually dazzling, but there's still some kind of appeal to Mario. He's just a simple little plumber wearing those cute little overalls. So, of course, he has lots of appeal to people. And yes, we can utilize more and more realistic graphics like I just described. But yes, this cartoon plumber is something that captures our imagination. So yeah, if we see him, we can really relate to him. We just love it. It's so simple. It kind of takes us away from the harsh realities of life.
Yes, and if you were wondering, who is Mario? What's his job? What does he actually do in life to make money in his virtual world? Well, he's a plumber. A plumber is somebody whose job is to repair and install water pipes and other equipment related to water in a building or in a house. So Mario is a plumber, and he has captured people's imaginations. When you capture someone's imagination, you make them interested or excited about you. So I could also say Harry Potter books captured the imagination of millions of readers.
Mario does capture my imagination, but I'd rather watch people play and not get involved myself. As I said, I don't want to get addicted to video games. No matter what high-tech advancements come next in the industry, Mario is likely to be leaping right along with them for the foreseeable future. So, yes, we're going to see some high-tech advancements in the future. That much is certain. So, no matter what happens in the industry, Mario is still going to be there, okay? He's not going to go away, and he's still going to be this cute little plumber wearing overalls. I hope they don't make him really detailed, though. I kind of like him the simple way he is.
So, Mario's probably not going to change much in the foreseeable future. The foreseeable future is the future that you can see, that you can guess what will happen, probably in the next 10, 20 years. But we don't know what's going to happen in 50 years, in 100 years. If Mario is still going to be around, if he's going to look the same, if he's going to have another brother besides Luigi, it's all up in the air.
Right, the foreseeable future, the future that we can imagine, I would say that's probably a period of time between 10 and 20 years or so. Any longer than that, it's just hard to imagine what's going to happen. He's going to be there for a long, long time. That's good news. And for me, it's good news because I think I like the music just as much as I like Mario and those other characters. Okay, that brings us to the end of our explanation for today. It's time now to take a listen to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny， 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分提到说，马里欧获得许多金氏世界纪录，包括最多产的电玩角色。那么文中用到形容词 prolific 这个字，它是形容多产的，作品丰富的。同学们有没有注意过，有不少单字啊，它们都是以 FIC 结尾，像是 scientific或者是像 specific 等等 terrific 也是。那么 FIC 这个字当形容词字尾，它就有这种 making causing producing 的那种语义，也就是说使什么什么怎么样的，造成怎么样的，或是制作出什么什么的。那么在 prolific 这个字当中，它的字根的部分是来自 PROLES， 这个在拉丁文里面它是表达 offspring， 也就是子孙啊子民的意思，然后字尾 FIC 表示产生什么什么的，那它就是用这种子孙满堂来衍生出那种多产的富饶的那种语义咯。好，我们读到课文第二部分的第一句，他说 Mario has always been at the cutting edge of industry development。马里奥一直位于产业开发的领先地位。句子里面用到 cutting edge， 就是表达尖端、最前线或是领先的阶段。那其实它原本是指锐利的刀锋啊，或者是刀刃的部位，然后后来用来比喻说是走在最前线的、最先进的事物。我们就可以用 at the cutting edge of 什么什么，或是 on the cutting edge of 什么什么来表达在某方面居于领先地位。好，接着我们可以在 cutting 跟 edge 之间加上连字号，变成复合形容词 cutting edge， 它就是形容说尖端的、最先进的或是领先优势的。像 cutting edge technology 就可以表达尖端科技哦。好，那我们接着也顺便补充几个可以表达先进、前卫的那种用语。第一个是 state of the art， 这个片语原本是指说某一项科技它目前的进步水准，用来表达它最新发展最高层次。然后呢 state of the art 之间常常会加上连字号，把它构成一个复合形容词，来表达它是最先进的，使用最先进技术的。然后这样的复合形容词常常用来描述设备啊、科技、科学等等。像我们可以说 state of the art medical equipment， 就是表达最先进的医疗设备。好，那第二个补充的是 avant-garde， AVANT 连字号 GARDE。 好，它原本是一个法语词，用在军事上呢，它就是指说前线、前锋部队。那么现在常常用这样的词来当名词去表达是前卫派，尤其是指说在艺术文化层面的。那这个字当形容词呢，就是表达前卫的，像 avant-garde art 就是前卫艺术， avant-garde product 则是指前卫的新潮的产品。好，那第三个补充的是 at the vanguard， 这个 vanguard 是拼作 VANGUARD， 它表示前锋部队。那么 at the vanguard 字面上的意思就是在先锋部队当中，可以用来形容说在某个行动或是里面它是居领先地位的。像如果是 at the vanguard of technological development， 就可以表达是在科技发展当中居于领先地位的。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Loyal，A dog is one of the most loyal companions a person can have. Theme. The theme of the costume party is famous cartoon characters. Unveil. The company plans to unveil a new sports car next month. Utilize. Successful companies utilize the unique skills of each of their employees. Realistic. Thomas Eakins is widely known for his realistic portraits. Graphics.That video game has excellent graphics, but the story isn't very interesting. Plumber. Madison's uncle makes a lot of money working as a plumber.
Discussion starter starts now!
Okay, it's time now for our discussion starter for today. And here's the question, Helen. What was the most surprising thing you learned about Mario?Why was that fact so surprising?
Well, I was surprised to discover that Mario got his name from their landlord Mario Segale, because I had always thought that Mario was created with this name. I didn't know that he got the name only afterwards.
Yeah, for me, that was the most surprising fact because, they think about these things very, very carefully when they plan these characters, and they have long meetings, and people bring up suggestions, and they bring up example drawings and stuff like that. It turns out that his name was just from a landlord, and that was it. They didn't really have any other ideas, so let's just call him Mario, the landlord. And so it was a simple little suggestion just like that. And of course, there are lots of other things that are surprising about Mario as well. Well, that brings us to the end of another edition of our program, and please make sure you join us again next time. From all of us here, I am Roger.
I'm Helen.
See you next time.